Welcome to Midsomerrailway N Scale. I'm your host Greg. Well, today we've got mail call and then we've got the mail that has arrived being put on to the layout and a running session as well. So rather than being boring and opening the boxes, I've already done that. You'll see a few pictures flash up on the screen of what I've got in the two boxes, and we're going to now do some work on some of the stuff that we've just bought. So the first one, and while I get my screens into order, so the first one we're going to do is the Dapol. Take off the lid. We've already I don't know if you can see it. We've put people in. We're simply going to install the lighting bar. So there's quite a bit of a slot there. While I'm not a big fan of Dapol engines, because I've had too many issues with some, I am a big fan of Dapol carriages. Firstly because they come pre-wired with a socket and ready to go for lighting. No extra bits and pieces other than the lighting bar. You simply just plug it in, and it's all ready to go, other than mounting the lighting bar in the roof. And you then have lighting. Now I've just put a drop of glue on the bar to hold it in. Normally they just click in, but well, not everything works perfectly, does it? And with a bit of luck, in a few seconds we'll be able to put this in. So unfortunately I've only got two lighting bars that were available from Rails. Yes, I am in Australia, and why don't I buy them in Australia? Well, unfortunately, to buy the lighting bars in Australia, they're about $48. I already had an order coming from Rails with the carriages, and instead of costing $48, they cost me $16, and that is Australian dollars. That's why I buy from Rails. Now, I'm not trying to be controversial, and I'm not trying to not support. I buy other stuff, but hardware like carriages and locomotives and other bits I buy overseas because it's so much easier and quicker. This took about 8 days to come from England. I can't even get a package from Melbourne, which is 60 k's away, in 2 weeks. But I'm not wishing to start an argument or create anything else. It's just simply the facts, and that's the way I wish to do things. I'm all for supporting local, but I'm on a budget. And you've seen some of what I have spent if you look at my previous videos on having the train room waterproofed from a drainage leakage which cost an absolute fortune. So I can't afford a lot. Hence the reason why I buy from overseas. Now I've stuck that on. It is quite simple. We simply, it's notched. We push it in. And top is on, ready to go. Number one. Second one. And as I said, I could only get 2 lighting bars of, I didn't want bright white, I wanted a little bit duller. And yes, they are the proper Dapol ones. So I've glued it down. It's already got people in it. You simply forward it in there. This is number 2. And when we get it in the right place, press it down. Done. Now, I still have another one, but I don't have a lighting bar, so that'll have to wait for next time. So you can see the top one is the Dapol, that's number 3, and the bottom one is a Graham Farish. Now I bought them to compare. There is no simple way of lighting the Graham Farish, whereas the Dapol has the connection for a lighting bar there, has the rails to put it in, and also, when I can get this off, I don't know whether you can see that or not. So the Dapol has the wheels set up and connection, which is there, to power it. That's why I like Dapol coaches, even though I am not a big fan of Dapol engines. And let's put that back simply like that. So when I get the lighting bars, we'll go and put lighting and people in this one. So we're now going to look at doing the houses and putting them on the layout. So the first thing I've done is put a lighting and wired it up. The next thing to do is to paint it black so it doesn't shine through. Well, we literally can watch paint dry. Yeah, that's the old joke, but so what we'll do is when I finish painting this, we'll come back. So we've glued that and waiting for it to dry. The next house, which is actually a hotel, and with my love of lighting and electronics, we have put in 2 NeoPixels, which are colour, and we're going to create a multicoloured light system using an Arduino. And see, we now have the back on. Yes, I am using hot glue because it seems to work better on these Graham Farish buildings. So I'm going to put it back on this one. It's just plain thin card. So as you can see, I've covered it up, and once it's fully dried, once I finish this, I'll just trim the edge a little bit if it's a bit over, and then we're ready to put it in the layout. So I guess it's one of those days having a few problems with the sound. Anyway, we've prepared the sidewalk. I'll probably put a bit more spacing on it to come up to the right size in the layout, but anyway, we do the basics first and get them ready to go on the mount. So a little running session. Just one train, one track. I'm going to run the new intercity passenger carriages. They have the lights in them on two, which are the Dapols, which I could only get 2 sets of lights. And I have one Graham Farish on the end. And the locomotive is a Class 47. It's a direct rail service Graham Farish. And I've also been playing with the cameras, so might be a few different angles. we're simply going to install the lightning light. Sorry. Thank you to my subscribers, my new subscribers, thank you, and to all those who view, I do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe. Subscription is free, no charge. Hit the little bell icon, which means you'll get all notifications, and share. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, keep those model trains on the rails, and bye for now.